Hi everyone, I'm Cindy Gwen, one of the bag ladies.
And I'm Karen Simmons, the other bag lady. You know us because we always did skills and creative ways of teaching kids for teachers. So now we are reinventing ourselves, and we are now budget-minded and gutsy ladies who create. Last week, if you remember, we created a little journal. It's made out of a coffee cup, and this one's from Starbucks, and we also have little sleeves that go with it. And inside, we kept to-do lists, or we started a little journal. You know, the cutest journals, anything can go. It fits perfectly in your purse to carry around with you. The little sleeve keeps it closed, and that's what you made with us on our last video.
And if you missed it, you can always go onto YouTube and check out that video before you join us for this video, if you'd like.
Right.
Now, I also thought of, what if you're giving someone a gift card, but you just don't want to hand them the gift card? How about making this handy dandy little journal and sliding the gift card right underneath the sleeve?
Perfect.
Wouldn't you love that?
I love it.
Now, when we did this last week, we were using washi tape, which those of you that are crafters know as paper tape. Well, we made our own. So I'm going to go over that very quickly on how to make your own washi tape, and then I'm going to show you so many other ways that you can use this tape. Now, these are sheets of washi tape that we made last week, and Karen and I have to say, we went crazy. We went home and we kept making more and more tape. We used everything from masking tape. This is a piece of wrapping paper. This is a piece of magazine, all kinds of stuff. We even used an old gift bag, and we used
Scrapbook paper.
And how about these music sheets? They make the greatest tape you've ever seen.
Or even your own design, you know, a page that you've done art on.
Yeah, you could take your own piece of paper that you did art on and turn it into washi tape. Here's how easy it is. The best thing to use is wax paper to secure your tape down. We used double-sided tape, and if you want to make wider tape like this, then what you would do is cut wider strips and just put 2 pieces of double-sided tape down side by side, and you can make any size you want. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to do a short piece. I'm going to tear it off, and then I'm going to place it on the wax paper like so. Once I have my tape secured to the wax paper, I then come back with my piece of paper, a paper strip that I cut, the same size as the tape, and I lay it down like this. Now here's a nice thing about the wax paper. When you can leave it secured to this as long as you want, and when you're ready to use it, it peels up and it's still sticky on the back side. So that's great. Now, we also discovered another way to create your own washi tape. And that is if you have any sticky back labels, or I even had at one time at my house full-size sheets of paper that were sticky backed. Okay, this is a label that is actually 4 by 6. It's one full sheet, and what I did was I just took some paint and I just scratched it on there horizontally and vertically, and I overlapped it so I made cool designs. Now, how did I do this? I used a little bit of acrylic paint, and I used an old gift card, and I just scraped it across until the whole page was filled. Then I could take this paper that I created, which I love both of these, and I cut them into strips whatever size I wanted, and now I have custom pieces of washi tape that I can use to create all of my designs. I thought that was a lot of fun, and it was super easy too. Now, what other projects can we use this washi tape for? Well, let's start with my favorite, because I love keeping notebooks. I know Karen does too. And a lot of times we will find these inexpensive notebooks like at Michael's Craft in their dollar section, or at the Dollar Tree even. Yes, it's kind of cute, but it's a little plain and boring. How can I jazz this up? I can just take a strip of my custom-made washi tape And I cut it just a little bit longer than the length of my book. You can see here that I folded it over to the back side. Now I have a custom look for my notebook.
And you could put like as many pieces of that on the book as you wanted.
Exactly, or you could make it going different ways.
Yeah.
You could make it look like it's woven. You could go crazy with this idea.
That'd be great.
Next, how about when you have, a lot of people don't send letters anymore, but every once in a while I will write a personal letter, and I like to make it look personal. So, what did I do? I add my washi tape to the front just to jazz up that plain business envelope. Now, I did not do anything on the back because of the flap, but you could always run a piece all the way across the bottom and across the back side too. You could get creative.
Yeah, but it would be cute on the flap, like in a, in
a V.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that idea. Next, I had these little votive candles at my house. Look kind of plain, especially if I'm going to have a dinner party or something. I want to jazz these up. So what did I do? I took a couple pieces of my custom-made washi tape and I put them around. I stuck them right to the glass container. Now, you could also do this with those little tea lights, the ones that come in the little metal containers. And you won't believe this, but the washi tape is about this size, the same size as those little tea candles. So that would even be a great gift to someone if you made a whole little container of them and give them to them as a gift, rather than just something plain and boring like this. I'm not done yet. I have lots more ideas. I used a Pringle can. I always like to store my paintbrushes together, the kinds that are the same together. And I used an, an old Pringle can. You want to make sure it's a cardboard can, not a tin can, so the edges aren't sharp. Now, this was one of those short Pringle cans that are like the snack size, but you could also use a juice container. You know, the frozen juice that comes in the cardboard container, and you pop the lid. All I did was take my strips of washi tape and go around the outside of the container, making it look like a beautiful pencil holder. Nobody's gonna know that it used to be a Pringle can. Continuing with more ideas, these are just tags that you can buy at any office supply store. If you don't want to go buy them, you can actually make your own tags by cutting a piece of tag board into the shape of a tag. I just added a couple scraps of washi paper onto there, and ta-da, I've now decorated and made it all new and friendly. A friend of ours gave us a great idea. She said she's going to take her wrapping paper that she wraps her Christmas presents with and wrap the gifts and make tags to match the gift. So it'll be a perfect way to jazz up her Christmas by using those scraps of wrapping paper that you would probably throw away anyways and turning it into part of the gift.
Yeah, I'm doing that on all my presents this year.
And they'll probably all be plaid.
They'll be plaid, that's right.
Another great idea. No, I don't hang my clothes out to dry anymore, but I use these clippy clothespins for lots of things, like clipping bags of chips closed or things in the kitchen. Now, they look pretty boring, don't they? Well, I jazz these up by just putting a strip of washi tape on them. Now, I do have to tell you, this tape was a little bit wider than the clothespin itself. So what I did was I made the piece of washi tape. I placed it on there like this, sticking it down, and then I used a scissor to cut the excess away so it fits perfectly.
Yep,
so
just trim
keep
it.
that in mind. You might have to trim it a little bit smaller, but it makes beautiful clips.
I love those.
Next, we have some paper clips. The same thing with the paper clips. These could be used as bookmarkers or to hold some important papers together, or you could even include a name on there or something like that. All I did was take a piece of washi tape and I folded it in half, slid it through the paper clip, and stuck it back to back. Now, once again, just like with the clothespin, I had to make it skinnier to fit on here perfectly. So keep that in mind if you decide to do the clips. And I know you can even buy paper clips that are in beautiful colors. So that would even make a more special gift. Next, I don't know about you, but I use these everywhere, not just in my office.
Yep.
The binder clips.
Yep,
And
they're good to keep your journals even open while you're working in them if you like to create in journals.
Absolutely. Now, these are pretty boring, but add a little strip of washi tape to both sides of them, and ta-da, you now have a custom-made, one-of-a-kind clip. And you'll notice every one of them comes out a little bit differently. Now, when you go to do this, just remember to take these two wires and fold them forward like that so that the tape will lay out nice and smooth, be very easy for you to cut to size. Next, how about when you have a cocktail party and you want to jazz up those toothpicks? All you do is take a piece of washi tape, fold it around a toothpick, and I cut it to look like a flag. Now, I know Karen likes to label her appetizers on her appetizer tray, so I suggested to her, why don't you use a bamboo skewer and use a larger piece of washi tape. You could even cut it bigger than this. Fold it in half, put it around that skewer, and then write on here exactly what is in that bowl or in that basket.
Yep, and if it's a holiday meal or something, you could use, the wrapping paper, the holiday wrapping paper. Your whole table would look amazing.
Now, here's another really fun idea. These are little twist ties that we made out of washi tape. The trick to these is to have some soft, flexible wire. I can pull this one apart and show you. Some soft, flexible wire to put on the inside. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a piece of washi tape and place the wire on top like this. It doesn't matter if it's straight, it'll straighten out when you go to use it. Then you take another piece of washi tape, the same exact size, and go ahead and lay it down on top of the wire on this side, matching it up all the way down. If you really press on it, it will secure it nicely and you won't have to worry about it coming apart. And then you're ready to use it as a twist tie.
Right, so if you made cookies and put them in a little baggie,
you can have custom-made twist ties for your bags of cookies.
That.
Now, let me give you a little hint about the twist ties. You want to use very thin paper for these. Maybe an old magazine page, maybe a piece of wrapping paper, or even I used a piece of my sticker paper. If the paper's too thick, the wire is not going to twist as nicely and it could tear.
All right, I love every one of these ideas. I want to try every one of them. First, I'm excited about making my own washi tape and then using it in all these different ways.
And don't forget to check out our other videos we've created, starting with our coffee cup journal using washi tape to decorate the pages. You can check our videos out on YouTube, or you can go to our website, bagladiesonline.com, and check them out there.
Or be sure to like us on Facebook under the Bag Ladies. And you're probably wondering, why don't they have some pretty paper on the table, and why is there newspapers? We are always presenting to you from different locations. So right now we are at Stewart Art and Supply, and it's just an adorable little art nook center, and each week we're going to try to present from different places. So there you go.
We hope you enjoyed our video, and please come back and visit us for the next one.
Okay, have a great one.